everybody, welcome back to With Love by Carrie. Today I'm going to show you how to make a old school Mickey Mouse trace, and then I'll come back in a little while after I cut out all the pieces and we'll put them together. Okay, so this is the Mickey that we're going to be working on, and I'll make him a little bigger. He's so cute. So, I did have a problem, or it's not that I had a problem. I'm not sure yet with the 4 program, you know, the updated silhouette, how to go about doing the thresholds and everything. So everything is really trial and error with me, and I'm sure there are videos out there on how to go about doing it. But I like to play and figure it out on my own. So together we will figure it out together, if that made sense. Anyway, so let's start. We're going to trace, select the trace area, and draw your box around Mickey. And he's going to become solid. You can make this larger if you wanted. And now he's going to become solid. So now let's bring it up a little bit, because we want to make sure that, because we're going to detach, make sure there's nothing behind him to distract us from actually tracing. So we're going to select and detach, and then I move him off to the side, and there's a line. So we're going to grab all of that and delete it, and let's bring him back, and we're going to select the trace area again, and he'll become solid. Now, we're losing the shorts. Can't lose Mickey's shorts. So, I am going to, because I already did this once, and this is why I know exactly what I'm going to bring it up to. I'm going to bring it up to 48 on the threshold, and then I am going to bring my high path, I think it's the high pass filter, up to 1.25. Let it catch up. Bring it back down. And did you see what happened? It wound up taking away the threshold. So now we have an outline. And now we're going to trace. Why are we going so slow? There we go. And then we got a good trace. Okay. Move him over here. And now I'm going to select him, and I'm going to release the compound path. He looks really good. So let me just bring him in a little bit so we could see close. There's a little piece right here that I'm not liking, and there's a piece right here that we probably don't need. So I'm going to delete that. I go around and I look to see what we need and what we don't need. Now, I do want to point out that his ear is not attached. So we have a problem. Let's move that back. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more right on his ear. Let's get that in the right position. And with you, right now, we're going to do something trial and error. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to take you a harder route. Okay, so let's move with the arrows on your keypad. You could move them slowly instead of with the mouse. So I'm going to hit the arrow to the right a little bit. Let's bring that in. I want it to connect with the outline of Mickey, and I want to bring it down a little bit, and until you get it to the spot where you want. But I do want it to overlap. See right here it's overlapping, and over here it's overlapping. So what I want to do is I want to click on the outside part of Mickey, hit shift, whoops, I doubled, hit the outside part of Mickey, hit shift, and then I want to hit the ear. And let's see if we could weld that together. So I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to hit weld. and it actually welded it together. Now we're going to have a problem right here. I don't want this line to be connected. I want it, I don't know how to explain this. We're really not going to need this whole piece. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to release the compound path also, because we don't want that as one piece. So I released it, and we're going to wind up getting rid of this piece anyway, because we're not going to need it. And we're not going to need this piece, and we're not going to need this piece. So these could all go away, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Actually, I'm going to leave them right there so that I can show you what I'm talking about. I don't want to mind. I want to bring it out. Okay. Let's actually, I'm going to put them back for you, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I did want to release that compound path. I hope I'm not confusing you. Let's bring that out a little bit, and let's start coloring him in. Now, of course, Mickey's ears are black, so let's color that black. And the top of his head will be black. And that ear and the side of his face will be black. And then his body's going to be black. But what happened here is that his body and his shorts are becoming one. We don't want that. So this line right here, we'll zoom in and zoom in again and again and again. Okay. It's broken right there. We want that to become a line. We want the shorts to be separated from his body. So I am going to double click on this, and you're going to see all the nodes come up, all the dots, all the cutting points. And I'm going to bring this over this line so it's overlapping. This we cannot weld because it's all one piece already. You weld when you have two different components that you want to put together. This, what we have to do is we have to actually cut and re-put back together. So I am going to really zoom in on this one spot. And remember, when you hit the zoom button, which I call, okay, everybody's going to have their own names. I call it zoom. You still have the hourglass. I don't want the hourglass, so you have to hit the select tool. And now I want to do the knife. So I'm going to take the knife and I'm going to cut right there. And yes, because I zoomed in so much, the knife tool line becomes extremely large. Now hit your select, and we're going to hit the inside line. I'm going to double click on that, and now you'll see you get two red dots. Bring these two dots together. They automatically appear together. Okay? Then what we're going to do is, this is the line for the shorts. I'm going to double click on that, and we have two red points. We're going to hit that, and it winds up, it's like almost a magnet. It will just automatically click in together. And I don't like this line right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete some of these nodes, and I'm just going to reshape it. There we go. Now let's go back out, and you'll see what I did. Now we have Mickey's body. Shorts are one component, and then his body is another. So, but with his body, we have this one line. Now that's where his arm comes together, as you can see right here. All right, we want to keep that. We want to make that white, or we want to indicate it. So we want it to cut a little bit, but not much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that piece, and I am going to take the body part out, because this is all going to be black. But I want that piece, shift, and you want to hold shift because I'm going to grab a few pieces. That piece, this piece, and the outline, I want to make it a compound path. So this way, when I color this in, these two pieces won't color in black, for instance. See? And now you want to bring this back, because you want to see all your red lines. I'm just showing you this. I'm not going to keep it colored in for right now. Alright, so let's go back. I'm not going to color it in. We're going to, I want to fix this line on his shorts because I don't like that little crease. So let's go, bring it in. Bring on your nodes. And I think the line is going this way. You'll notice that the line with the nodes goes in one direction. So when I click on this node, the red line is going to go in this direction, to the left. See? To the left. This will go up. So I want to delete all these nodes all the way up to here. So I'm just going to hit delete, 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 delete. And now you're going to have a straight line. Now what do you do? I'm going to put another node right here. I'm going to bring it down and give him, I want to make that smooth, not into a corner. And everything can get moved. These are things that you could play with until you get it to the way that you want it. Oh, still too sharp. Let's just get rid of that one. And let me bring it down. There we go. See? Now we got a straight line. I want the buttons on his shorts, so I'm going to click that one. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to hit Shift, and I'm going to select that one. And I'm going to color them in white. You're not going to be able to notice because I don't have the grid. Let's put the grid on so that you can see that it's white. Show grid. There we go. Let's get my paint palette back up. So now that you can tell that it's white because there's no grid line underneath it. And not select anything. Now I want to select the outside circle of his button and this outside circle of his button and his shorts. I want to make that a compound path. Okay, so now it's one group. And we are going to make that red. And you'll notice that we still have a line on the inside of that. And you'll see what happens in a minute because it's like magic. Okay. I want this to be red. So that's part of his shorts. I want his tongue to be red. His nose is going to be black. So I'm going to take the outside rim off. And his eyes are going to be black. But we want these parts of his eyes. Oh, his face is white in this picture. Okay. So these are all good. This is all going to be black. Now, if I want this all to be black, I have to take away this one, and this, and this, and that. I'm also not liking the way this looks right here. So, again, get your zoom button, zoom in there, hit select, tool, double click, you get your nodes. Now if you notice the line is going to the right, we're going to delete, and I'm going to bring this one down. This is a smooth line because if I go like this, they stay together. They move together, the lines, right? You can see that this blue and that blue, they go together anytime I move one. I want it to be a corner. So if I click this side, nothing happens to the other side. And I want us to be straight with a little bit of a curve. Let's bring that there. Straighten that one out. Actually, we're going to make it a corner because I want it to match this side. Corner. Bring it down. We're going side is to that side. Here goes my being crazy when it comes to stuff and it not being perfect. We're gonna make this a corner. Excuse the silence, I'm concentrating. That looks a little bit better, I think. Let's bring that out a little. Okay. So now let's bring this out. And now that we know Mickey's face is going to be white. But we have, this inside his mouth is going to be black. So we take away the excess. So I'm going to, this will all be black, because you notice, see right here, this is opened. So if I colored in his body black, it'll go right into his mouth. So I really want to make, nope, that's right, okay. So now we want to make his eyeballs black, his nose black, and his face we're going to make white, and I moved it by accident. But what I want to do is I actually want to, let me discolor this because I'm going to show you how with the compound path. Alright, so the nose is selected. After it's selected, hit shift, hit the eyes and the outside of the face only, not the outside of his body. Okay, so I have 3 boxes: face, nose, and eyes. I then am going to right click and make it a compound path. Now it's one piece. And now we're going to color in his face white. If you notice, it left out the mouth, the nose, and the eyes. Now again, what I was showing you before was these pieces are going to be black anyway because the outside of his body is black. So let's get rid of these and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because you don't want to put 2 layers of black. So let's hit the outside. Oh, we didn't do his shoes yet. Hold on. Let's do his shoes. I want all of these pieces to be yellow. So let's just... Nope, not his leg. I want to hit all the leg shoe pieces, make them yellow. Okay. Now, let's minus. See all these extra pieces? Unnecessary. Okay. Now, I'm going to hit the ear, which will select the outside of Mickey. And I'm going to make him black. And now, since he covered up all my colors, we want to set the black to the background. So let's set it backwards. And now you have Mickey looking like this Mickey almost, except we forgot about this spot. See this? We're going to take, let's do this again. Let me zoom in to his legs. Okay. What we did with the ears is what we're going to have to do with the legs here. See this red line? I don't know if you guys can see that. You know what? Let me just do this. Make it a lot easier. Get the back. Okay. We don't need this piece. And we certainly don't need this piece. And we want this spot right here to be opened. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the outline, shift this inner piece, and then make right click and make it a compound path. Now it's one piece, and now we're going to color it black. And you'll see. Why did it go gray? Let's see. Oh, I made it transparent, that's why. But we have to set it back. And there you go. Get rid of that. And we have Mickey Mouse. And group it. And there you go. We move him off to the side. And we'll close this. Now, when I first took it off of Google, I took it off of Google in this size. Okay? Now that we've remade him, we can make him any size you want. This one, if we took it and made it much larger, it becomes pixelated, as you can see. But if I take this one and I make it larger, no pixelation whatsoever. It's crisp as it was when it was small. Okay, so now let's push it back. I want to make, I don't need him anymore. Let's make him smaller again. I want to make him 18 inches. Okay. I only use 12 by 12 pieces of paper. They do have paper that's 18 inches long by, no, I'm sorry, I think they're 24 inches long. No, again, I'm wrong. Let's see. They're 24 inch, yes. No. 18 inches long by, hold on, by 11. They make paper that size at Staples. I don't buy it. You could buy it in black or you could buy it in white probably. I use 12 by 12 and then I piece them together, as you could tell in one of my other videos I showed you. And I'm going to show you again on this one. Let's make him 18 inches. So we're going to lock it. Right up here is where, if you select any item, I deselected Mickey. So all of this disappeared. Let's select Mickey Mouse. And now you see all of these icons on the top. We're going to lock it. But if we unlock it and I change the size here, he's going to wind up looking like this. We don't want him to look like that. Okay? So let's lock him. And we want the height to be 18 inches. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's make it 19 inches. And then hit enter. And it'll automatically, the width will stay with the height and make it in proportion. So Mickey looks awfully large for this little piece of 12 by 12, right? So let's do, if I do Mickey, now when you figure this out, you want to do it together with the clothes on, because otherwise the body will be one size, the pants will be another size, the shoes. So you want everything to be the same. So you keep them locked in one while you resize them. Okay, so I got him basically where I'd like it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my line to cut Mickey Mouse in half. And I'm going to do that here. But what I want to do is I want to take his shorts off and his face away. I want to detach him and separate everything. So let's ungroup. Now he's in pieces. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to try to keep his shoes together. And wait a second, let's do this. I'm going to get it straight. I want to group his shoes. This is part of his shorts, so let's put that there. These were the dots to his shorts. So let's put those. If you group everything, you'll never lose them. Let's take his shorts, and we're going to just make them straight. Hold on one second, I forgot to plug in my computer. Much better. Okay, and now let's put that piece there, so we won't lose it. We're going to group that. and his tongue is red. So we're going to cut all of these pieces together, and we're going to group it. And his face is 1. That's it. These are cutouts. They're not separated. Alright, so now we got Mickey naked, and I'm going to take the knife, and I'm going to cut. You want to try to cut in a spot that is going to be covered up by paper. So let's do it right here, because it's going to be covered up by shorts. And I'm going to draw the line straight across. Now, if I go like this, I'm going to do it and then I'm going to undo it. If I draw the line like this, if you notice, on the left side of Mickey, you see the numbers? They're going up and down. And the 2 arrows, when those 2 arrows meet, you're going to see that that is an exact straight line. I'm going to let go. Now, I'm not going to redo it because it came out right. I am now going to remove his bottom. But also, I am going to take my shapes, and I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm going to draw a rectangle. And the rectangle is going to be, I don't know, let's make it, I'm going to keep it locked. The width, 6 inches is good, so let's keep it at 6 inches. Let me just see something. Yeah, we can make it at 6 inches. Let's make it 6.5 inches. 6.5 inches, and hit enter. The height now is 0.29. I want it to be 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to unlock this, and I'm going to make that 0.25. Thunderstorms are coming. And I'm going to hit enter. Now I have the perfect piece of paper that I need to put these two together, the pieces together. So I'm going to put that here, because I want it to cut out. So what we'll do is we'll cut this out twice. We'll cut out this twice. We are then going to cut this twice, but we make a duplicate, and then we flip it horizontally because it's going on the back piece. So when these two come together, they'll be exactly the same. Okay, same with the shoes. We duplicate, and then we hit flip horizontal. So now we have 2 sets of shoes, one going one way, one going another. Same with the face. Duplicate, then horizontal, and the buttons. Duplicate, and then horizontal. Okay, and now we're ready to cut. So I hope everybody understood, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And if you like the video, don't have to, but you could give me a thumbs up or even subscribe, because I'll have videos like this all the time. And my next video will be putting this Mickey together. Alrighty, thank you. And always make everything with a little bit of love.